Hello everyone and welcome back to another very exciting chess game, and let's start 2025 Epic. So in this chess game we have Mikhail Tal with the white pieces, and his opponent is a FIDE master Martin Auer with the black pieces from Germany. So this game was played in 1991 when Mikhail Tal was not in perfect physical condition. He died in 1992, only a year later after this chess game. So he was physically weak, but he could still bite. And this chess game is a perfect example. The master attacker Mikhail Tal attacked his opponent brutally in this chess game. So let's see what happened. We have d4, knight to f6, knight to f3, and we have a queen's Indian. So bishop to d3, bishop to b7, castling, bishop to e7, and then c4, c5, knight to c3. So mobilizing the forces, and then d6, d5, charging to the center. And Mikhail Tal is already sacrificing a pawn. So we have pushing the pawn, closing. So if capturing the pawn, then capturing back, this is a possibility. Let me show you. Knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. So sacrificing a pawn, but then rook to e1, and this is getting dangerous for black, and white has some attacking chances in this position. So queen can also join the attack, and the bishop is going to be pinned. So if black castles, that's bad news, because we have bishop takes on h7, and this is going to be a discovery attack to the bishop. So anyway, so we have e5 not accepting the pawn sacrifice, and then knight to g5, knight is getting in, and Tal is getting closer to the king. So developing the knight, and then f4, Tal wants to crack open the f-file, so knight to c5, and then here comes f takes, d takes, Tal opens the f-file for the rook. So you can see that he has such flexible and a beautiful attacking position already. So we have bishop takes on h7 by Tal, the first exciting move of this chess game. So we have bishop to h6, knight takes, doesn't work of course because of dropping on f7, forking queen and the rook, bad news. And if rook takes, so hoping to get two pieces for the exchange, then white has this move. Can you guess that? Rook takes on f6, and eliminating the defender of the rook, and then capturing the rook with the knight. Okay, so in this position, if hoping to trap the bishop, then actually white has this this possibility, b4, and if knight goes back, then d6, and this is also looking very bad. So knight to b5, and how to defend this onslaught as black. So okay, bishop takes on h7, even though it looks crazy, but this was a logical move. So Mikhail Tal had to see all that in advance. So we have bishop to h6, attacking the c-pawn. Tal goes back for the defense, for defending, and then knight takes on d3, queen takes knight, and then queen to c7, basically attacking the pawn. And there is another threat in this position. But Mikhail Tal wisely saw that threat, and he played queen to g3, a wise move by Tal. Because if he would try to defend with pushing the pawn, then we have bishop check, and how to defend now. If moving the king, then pushing the pawn is a very bad news for white. So threatening checkmate actually, and how to defend. Maybe defending with the bishop, but this doesn't look good for white. So Tal played queen to g3. You can see that he is indirectly defending and simply capturing the pawn, and black is threatening checkmate. So developing the bishop to e3, and then bishop to d6, defending the pawn, and also lining the bishop with the queen. But this is the moment, this is the climax of this chess game, and Mikhail Tal played an amazing move in this position. He played a typical move of Tal, He is behaving like the Mikhail Tal that we know. He played throwing the knight into the fire, a very exciting move by Tal. Knight to e6, also attacking the pawn, and this knight is a monster knight, which is very close to the king, and black can't castle also because of this knight. So basically black is chopping the knight off, accepting the sacrifice, but this opened the critically important f7 square. Now the king is vulnerable to Mikhail Tal's attack. He played queen to g6, that's check. So we have king to f8, not king to e7 because of check, and that's very bad news, checking the king and losing by force. So if king to d7, it's very similar. If bishop to e7, we can take the knight as the bishop is pinned. So this is also a very bad news. This doesn't look good, as you can see, for black. Okay, so knight to e6, throwing the knight into the fire, and then checking the king and defending the pawn. But then here comes a hammer blow, rook takes on f6 by Tal. What an exciting attacking chess game. So capturing the rook, check, forking king and the rook, so black is defending the rook. And then queen to g6, these are forcing moves, and then bishop joins the party. Rook takes bishop, what else? Because if king to e7, then check, and this is a very bad news. This is also a skewer, so we have bishop to h6, rook takes, check, check again. And basically Mikhail Tal had his opponent on the ropes, so king to e8, and then pawn takes, and he's threatening checkmate in two moves. So queen is defending, queen comes for the rescue, and also attacking the queen. But Tal played queen to g6, and we have king to d8. King to e7 or something like that would be a very bad move because of knight to d5, forking the king and the queen. And in this position, if king to f8, the second possible move in this position, what would you do? Of course, rook to f1 is not possible because of the bishop and the queen aiming there. Then knight to d5 and attacking the defender. And where is this defender going actually? So if queen to d4 check, of course you can take the knight because of getting checkmated. Queen to f2, but here comes knight to f6. And white is laughing out loud in this position, blocking the queen, and there is no good defense for preventing the checkmate. Maybe you can sacrifice the queen for prolonging the game. So you can see that this is a very difficult position. So this is why not king to e7 or king to f8. We have king to d8, but this move also has a downside. This is a nasty move. Tal played rook to d1, pinning the bishop. And how to defend? Attacking the bishop, not with the king. I mean, you can't play something like, you can't go up and defend the bishop with the king because of this move, forking the king and the queen. So a very difficult position. We have e6, defending the bishop with the queen, but here comes check, and then king to c7, and then knight to d5, and black resigned. So basically black he's still running into this nasty forking. Knight to d5, forking the king and the queen, and black resigned. Because of this possible continuation, actually, if king to c6, in between move, we take the rook with check. If bishop to b7, we check again, and this is terrible for black. Black is lost, so he is doomed in this position. So if you might ask what happens if king to b7, then we have in between move check, and let's say blocking, and then we can capture the queen. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. What an amazing attacking chess game by Mikhail Tal. So thank you so much for watching, and this is the photo of the day, by the way, before forgetting. This is Mikhail Tal playing chess with his daughter. A heartwarming, a very beautiful, emotional picture of Mikhail Tal. Mikhail Tal is playing with his daughter in this picture. So we see Tal on the right. I'm just kidding. Of course, Tal is on the right, playing with the black pieces with his daughter. Okay, I don't know if you have ever seen this picture before, but I really do like this picture, and I just wanted to share this with you, so I hope you liked it. And Happy New Year again. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Do take care, stay safe, and bye bye.